I'm sitting in the parking lot about to go into this nice Chinese restaurant. I'm a fan of buffets. I don't really go out to eat much if it's not a buffet because I can eat a lot and I like to get bang for my buck. Um, but on the way here, I was listening to Sirius XM Left on Sirius XM satellite radio, and I'm listening to the Tom Hartman show. And about 30 minutes ago, a guy called in, and him and the host were talking about Walmart, the owners of Walmart, the Waltons, and how the five of them together have greater wealth than the bottom 30% or something of the country. And he was just talking about, the host was talking about how unfair it was that they were able to make so much money and keep so much profit, but so many of their employees are on different government programs, i.e., food stamps or getting housing vouchers or whatever. And a lot of people still don't understand that everyone that receives food stamps or is getting a housing voucher is not out of work. But there are still some people that are eligible for these programs just because they simply don't make enough to make it through life without suffering or without struggling. And we live in the greatest country on the planet, and nobody here should be suffering. Um, Now, I'm not going to say that I agree with all these programs that we have or even all the criteria that we have for them, but we do need to do something to ensure that we don't have people working full-time jobs in this country and still needing to get government assistance to have a normal life. Nobody is should be nobody should be forced to work a full-time job to still be poor or destitute or to go to bed hungry at night or to not have all their bills paid or things like that. And these people are not necessarily people that live beyond their means. These are people that live well within their means, and the paycheck that they make is just not enough. But you know, my however you feel about it, you decide how you think that should be handled. But how do you feel about corporations that make so much profit but still have a large portion of employees that are, for lack of better words, suffering? um, I don't agree with that. I think that is vulture capitalism. I do believe in capitalism. I'm not a socialist. I'm not a communist. I'm not none of that. I believe in free market principles, but I believe in fair and good practices of free market principles. I don't believe in being a CEO and over the course of time my income growing exponentially and my employees' income shrinking. I don't believe in that. That doesn't make sense to me. I think that's vulture. You're squeezing your workers, and ultimately, that's gonna lead to your downfall. But we do live in a country where people get away with what you let them get away with. Um, I think I got a lot of answers that would fix that. Mainly, number one, for every company that has employees that are not making a wage that is enough for them not to need government assistance, or they have employees that are receiving government assistance, those, I believe, those companies should have to pay back every dollar that their employees have to use in government assistance. I think that would be one way for them to make sure that they give their employees a true living wage and not just what different little studies or whatever statistics might say is a living wage. Um, I also think that companies, there should be more strict criteria for companies that are able to call themselves American companies. I think, just ballpark, I think the threshold should be 80%, meaning that 80% of your employees need to be hired in America. the 80% of your products need to be made in America, or all these things. It's just, it needs to be an 80%. That's my opinion. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't. Maybe you think 80% is too high, maybe you think 80% is too low. But something along those lines, we have to figure out a way to stop these corporations from taking advantage of all these loopholes, being greedy. I'm tired of hearing the argument, oh, they worked hard, they worked hard. No, they didn't. You didn't work hard. You have a business. Okay, some do. You work hard to get it started, but do you work hard to keep it? No. You have a business, you have a good product, you have people that are working for you, giving their blood, sweat, and tears for something they'll probably never own, and you squeezing them. You getting blood from a turnip. How I don't understand how these people sleep at night. You got freaking 100 million in the bank, and you have workers that are going home and have eviction notices, and they can't pay their water bill or their light bill, or even get groceries, or do all these things without the help of government assistance. And there are even those that fall in between the cracks, that make too much to qualify for what the government is offering, but still don't make enough to not be in danger of having the lights turned off or the water turned off or whatever. You already have given up the necessities. You don't have cable, you don't have internet, which internet is a necessity in this new age. But you might have a cell phone. Everybody needs a cell phone. I mean, it's just, you need that communication. um but yeah, it's crazy. I don't understand it. um Give me your opinions, give me your thoughts, questions, comments, concerns. Agree, disagree, let me know. It's political pitchforks. I'm about to go eat.